Hello, YouTube beauties. I also wanted to, I forgot this part, but so when we were at the restaurant, we were at a restaurant called Charles and Barkle. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's in Delaware. And the food is alright. It ain't nothing to brag about, but it held me over, until, I could score. That's my father, just hold you till you could score. But something, and this is another thing that's how I know it was God who delayed our bus. Another part of the story I forgot, I left out. So the coach, he was responsible for himself and the children, and the other staff, the two deans that came. But for the parents, we had to pay for ourselves. So he was trying to pay, I was trying to pay, we all trying to pay, and the system in the restaurant, the system crashed. Now, you hear of a lot of, you hear of a lot of sometimes banks crash, sometimes banks crash or other things may crash, but for a restaurant system to crash, when does that happen? Like, why is it when we walked in, it crashes? So instead of being in and out of the restaurant, because we ate, and then when it was time to pay, we had to wait literally an extra half an hour to 40 minutes. I went on the bus, I paid, and then I went on the bus, and they charged him. He said at first it was $286, and he's like, no, that's not right. Like, it wasn't that many kids, and the food is cheap. So they did it over, and they like, oh, sorry, sir. And it was 133, I think he said the bill was. And so just, of course, that took extra time, because he was like, yo, look at the bill, calculations. I do the same thing. Like, he like, hold on, this bill ain't right. Like, yeah, it was about 8 or 9 kids and adults, but we're in Delaware. This is not New York City. So he was smart for that. He's like, hold on, this bill ain't right. So they had to do their calculations over, and it was like $100, more than $100 difference on the bill. That took time because they had to recalculate. All of that delay was from us going onto the highway at the time of that accident. Yeah, so all of that delay, let's say if the system didn't crash, let's say if the coach didn't monitor the receipt and monitor the bill, let's say if he just paid it without even saying, hold on, this ain't right, this ain't supposed to be $286. He's like, yeah, I got some kids with me, but it ain't that many kids. It was like, 7 or 8 kids, and including him, 3 adults, and then the other adults we paid for ourselves. We're not included in the thing, So he's like, So they had to. All that took extra time. God was delaying us from getting involved in that accident. So I just had to. I didn't even think about it at the time, and none of us thought about it at the time. But then it's the next morning, I'm like, great is your mercy. Great is your mercy, because we could have, let's say if that little girl didn't forget her headphones and then took time to look for it, and we on the bus like, come on, girl. And then imagine if their system wasn't down. And we like, and even the manager was like, we don't know what happened. We can't explain it. That's when God is in the works, when you can't explain. The manager said, I don't know what's going on. Our system is down. Sorry, we're very sorry. And we're getting frustrated because it's like, we want to go home. But God, there's no other way to, how can you explain something like that? How can you explain it? The manager didn't even know why their system was down. Our system is down. We don't know what's going on. And then, me, when 2 and 3 are gathered, me and the mother just was like, Lord Jesus. The instantly when we prayed, the system started just flowing again. Like that. How can y'all? So it's like when people, they go into this atheist thing, and I don't know how anyone can't believe in God, because there's just been so many situations, and that's just light stuff. I done seen people who was dead and came back from the grave. My father, he was dead, pronounced dead, ICU, and he's alive. How can you explain that? How can you explain that? The man just said, and she's like, I need to reenact that, do a skit, something. She's like, the system is, I don't know what's going on, literally. And we like, you don't know what's going on? She's like, I can't explain it. The system is down. We started praying. In an instant, the system started working. And then, he saw the bill, and that took some extra time. But the delay, you got to praise God for the delay. The delay. So yes, I definitely wanted to let y'all know that part of the story. And on a daily basis, God is just proving himself to me. So yes. Praise God for the delay.